Hey folks, this is Doc Stars. I just wanted to touch base, share some thoughts. Um, so now it's the 17th. If you saw any of my previous videos, I gave you a heads up about the 16th being a challenge. Chances are, if you were able to get away from the chaos, you may have heard of other kinds of things going on locally or collectively. Today is a good day to relax, orient, and focus. If you have energy, if you have the means, try to get something done that serves your greater interest. Be ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow's an important day because if you can, you want to try to get some traction and make things happen. And if yesterday was a bit tough and today's a little bit better, Friday, the 18th should be much, much better. Now, one of the things, there's a number of things I wish I had shared with more of you earlier. I had different circumstances on my end where my time was just my time was my most precious commodity. So I had to focus myself. There's a number of things I'm aware of. A lot of you know that I do forecast metrics for clients. And so there's some bright spots in September, and there's some challenging ones. One of the more challenging ones happens at the end of the month. So if there's stuff that you need to get in order, things you need to focus on or get done, do it between now and try to have that in place by the 28th. 29th, you want to just kind of lay low, relax, take it easy. October and November are going to be challenging months. So, we've been through some tough times. We've seen a lot of challenges. Unfortunately, certain things are going to get a bit more punchy. So as much as you can, you want to try to focus on what can be done in your local environment, to secure yourself. Now, one of the things I really haven't shared or pushed for much, I don't do a lot of promotion for my work. People that buy my frequencies or, my forecast reports or other similar things, it's usually word of mouth. So I generally, this last while, have had enough work where I just haven't had to promote myself. Anyway, I also haven't been promoting my frequencies much for the last 4 months. And I know that inherently the technology in those frequencies would be very helpful to most of you. But again, circumstance. What I would suggest is if you are already a user of our frequencies, or if you haven't tried them yet, it's probably a good time to check them out or to get them active. I run them every single day, especially on days where it's more challenging. They're constantly pumping out. The reason that's important is that when we get bombarded by fear or other kinds of stress, what happens is you have a lot of noise, like chaotic noise that gets dumped into your body and mind. And so, when that happens, you can certainly feel unwell, but it can be challenging to try to get a mental point of balance, stability, and coherence. And when I say coherence, understand that what I mean specifically here is that we have a signal of information that's propagating, and it's related to thought and behavior, how we're feeling. And that can get disrupted. So if you're in a situation where you have to focus, you have a limited amount of time, you have a limited amount of energy and resources, and you gotta do your best to make sure everything's okay, it can be hard to concentrate. And concentration is really important. And it's very important this month and certainly in October and November. One bad choice or decision or action or lack of action at the wrong moment, it can be hazardous, right? So what you want to try to do is you want to try to get yourself in the best state that you can, and you should use different means to do that. Make sure that you've got correct nutrition, that you're getting as much sleep as you can. If you're electrosensitive, don't be sleeping with an electronic device close to your head. But regarding coherency is just basically how well are you able to focus your thoughts when there's external stress and noise. So the more coherent the signal, the more clear and organized and understandable it is. So one of the things about our frequencies that they do really well, my understanding is, from my own personal experience and from what I hear from users, is that it's remarkably good at supporting that. So, chances are if you've used our technology before or if you haven't, basically the way it works is it superimposes, it transfers a pattern of information into the body and mind. And by its very nature, it's purgative. In other words, it purges chaotic noise. And it's a remarkable experience, it's a remarkable effect, because anybody that goes through a stressful time, it's easy to have many voices in the head. It could be just, thoughts that you're having of yourself. So if they're negative thoughts, they could be putting you down, or they could be, unfairly criticizing you. It can manifest like worries. But sometimes what you need to do is you need to get some kind of a rhythm back. And it's the rhythm of vitality. It's a rhythm of, I can do this. It's a rhythm of legitimately feeling empowered and, having a sense as to why you feel empowered and feeling vital and good about it. So, my suggestion is, that you avail yourself of that resource. I'm thinking, I'm not going to plug or promote any particular products, but if there's things that you want from our catalog, if you've been looking at stuff on our catalog for a while, I'm thinking I'll probably hold maybe like a 50% off sale just for a few days, like between now and maybe the end of the weekend. So if there's something on there that you need or that you want or you think might help you, just shoot me an email off. Tell me what it is. I'll make sure that you get it at half the price. And you can email me at doc_starz@yahoo.com. It's doc_stars@yahoo.com. So, or just message me. You can message me and just let me know what's going on with you and what you think you need. But basically, if you have some kind of information-rich pattern that you can play in the background easily, and it is supportive, potentially at abating those kinds of, thoughts and emotions, then that's something that you might want to think about. If you're on a budget, or if you can't afford our work, understand that there's lots of free stuff, right? So if you go to our YouTube channel, if you sign up to our mailing list, there's quite a few free tracks that we've had really good reports from. You can try those out too. But there's a couple of collections of frequencies that I would suggest that you probably want to think about, not least of which is our best of collection. I think there's over a dozen tracks in that, and they've been field tested for years. They do a remarkable job. And if all you have is just the best of collection, then, I think that's something that likely you would benefit from. It might make a big difference. So again, remember, nourish yourself, cultivate yourself. Over the next few days, between now and the weekend, try to focus and make things happen that you need to happen. I hope this has been of help to you. We'll be in touch soon.